Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my WWE NXT review for January 2nd, 2019. And this pretty much was the year-end awards nominees, but also kind of looking back at the best moments of NXT in 2018. That's why a lot of this show consisted of them showing past matchups that have taken place and them announcing the year-end awards. It was actually a special extended edition of NXT. It was a special 2-hour edition. And I think it makes sense because after the New Year's, not a lot of people are probably feeling up to watching an hour wrestling show. So I thought this was very well placed. So what I'll do is I'll go over the nominees for the NXT year-end awards show. And then obviously I'll go over the one match that was on the show. This show was hosted by Kathy Kelly. She was at the WWE headquarters and the NXT portion of it, going over the nominees and best matches and stuff. And the show was commentated by Percy Watson, Mauro Ranallo, and Nigel McGuinness. But let's get right into the UN nominees. I'll just read the article word for word. Voting is now open for the NXT Year-End Awards. Cast your vote now to determine the best of NXT from 2018. There are 9 different categories for the NXT universe to vote on exclusively on Twitter, which means I can't vote because I don't have a Twitter. In order for a vote to be official, you must include both of the following in your tweet. 1, the hashtag of the category, and 2, the hashtag of the nominee you are voting for. Please limit your votes to 1 category/nominee per tweet. The winners of each category will be announced during the NXT Takeover Phoenix pre-show, streaming live Saturday, January 26th on the award-winning WWE Network and across all digital platforms. Voting ends Friday, January 25th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. The categories and nominees for each category are as followed. And I'll go read through each of them and read how you guys can vote. Okay, so I just got to find it now because I just scrolled down a little bit too far in the article. Alright, so we have Future Star of NXT. The nominees are Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, Mia Yim, The Forgotten Sons, Dominic Dijakovic, Io Shirai, Candice LeRae, Jessamine Duke, and Marina Shafir, and Conan Reeves. And also, when I do this, I'll give you who I think, should win and who I think will win. Because obviously, you got to kind of factor in both things. So when you, and since I can't vote, I'll just do it this way. So, when you tweet this, you want to tweet hashtag NXT Award Future. And here are the hashtags you want to tweet if you want to vote for each of the nominees. Hashtag Matt Riddle, hashtag Keith Lee, hashtag Mia Yim, hashtag Forgotten Sons, hashtag Dominic Dijakovic, hashtag Io Shirai, hashtag Candice LeRae, hashtag Duke Shafir, and hashtag Conan Reeves. They could have gone with some shorter hashtags, but okay. Now, as for I think should win this award, I think it should be Matt Riddle. I think he's got the most potential out of all of these guys. Keith Lee could win this award as well, and so could Mia Yim, because I expect her to be a future star in the women's division. The Forgotten Sons could be something special in the tag team division, and maybe, obviously with Jackson Riker's case, he could be something special. And Io Shirai could be something special. But if I had to go for it, I think it's going to be Matt Riddle. And I think he should, and I think he will win. Because Matt Riddle, I think, just has a lot of potential. I think he's going to be NXT champion. And I think the fans like Matt Riddle the most out of all of them. I think the only other guy that, could, catch up to him would be Keith Lee. Because I think Keith Lee's got a lot of potential as well. So that's it for Future Star of the Year. If you wanted me to repeat this, I'll just post this link down in the description box below. Next is Breakout Star of the Year. The nominees are Bianca Belair, Lacey Evans, Rhea Ripley, Dakota Kai, Lars Sullivan, Ricochet, the War Raiders, and EC3. And the hashtag for this award is NXT Award Breakout. And the hashtag for each of the nominees are hashtag Bianca Belair, hashtag Lacey Evans, hashtag Rhea Ripley, hashtag Dakota Kai, hashtag Lars Sullivan, hashtag Ricochet, hashtag War Raiders, and hashtag EC3. As for who I think will, this is about the same. I think he will and he should win. Ricochet, because everybody likes Ricochet. And Ricochet's probably accomplished the most out of anybody, in this award. He had an amazing showing in the NXT North American Championship match at NXT Takeover NXT Takeover New Orleans at his debut. He nearly won the championship. He had a great match with Velveteen Dream at NXT Takeover Chicago 2. He won the NXT North American Championship at NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4. And obviously, he had that great triple threat match with Pete Dunne and Adam Cole on an episode of NXT. I don't know the date. I think it's like October 24th, 2018. And also, he was part of the winning team at NXT. Takeover War Games 2. And did that big and had a lot of impressive spots. Others that could win. Rhea Ripley could win because she was the first ever NXT UK Women's Champion, but she really didn't come into the company until like about the end of the year, so I don't think Rhea Ripley is going to win. EC3 didn't really do a whole lot this year either. Lars Sullivan did enough this year, but I don't think he did as much as Ricochet. Lacey Evans really wasn't on NXT as much. And Bianca Belair, while she was undefeated and she was featured regularly, Ricochet was featured a little bit more. And I think Ricochet is just a little bit more popular than Bianca Belair is. And War Raiders really didn't do a whole lot much this year. They really didn't do anything until they got into the NXT Tag Team Championship picture. But they didn't get in. They came into the company during WrestleMania weekend, and they, really weren't featured heavily until around after NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4. So I think Ricochet with the, because he's been featured the most out of all these guys. So Lars Sullivan was featured a lot though. He had an amazing showing in the North American Championship match. And obviously he looked very dominant in his NXT Championship match with Aleister Black, so he could win, but I think Ricochet, like I said, is more popular than Lars Sullivan. Then we have the Rivalry of the Year. The nominees are Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa, Kairi Sane versus Shayna Baszler. That whole storyline with Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, and Nikki Cross, wondering who took out Aleister Black before his NXT Championship match at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. Johnny Gargano and Andrade Cien Almas, Mustache Mountain and Undisputed Era, mainly Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly, since they were the ones having the matches and stuff. Ember Moon and Shayna Baszler, and Ricochet and Velveteen Dream. The hashtag to tweet this award is NXT Award Rivalry, and the hashtag for each of these is hashtag Gargano Ciampa, hashtag Sane Baszler, hashtag Aleister Attack, hashtag Gargano Almas, hashtag Era Mustache, which is kind of a funny hashtag Moon Baszler, and hashtag Ricochet Dream. Now, these are actually all really good feuds. Mustache Mountain and Undisputed Era have those great trilogy of matches together for the NXT Tag Team titles. The first one in the Empress Ballroom, at Royal Albert Hall when Mustache Mountain won them. And then obviously when the Undisputed Era won them back, they got a 5-star match on the Wrestling Observer. And then obviously in NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. And then you have Ricochet and Velveteen Dream, who had a great feud trying to show each other off. I really didn't think Ember Moon and Shayna Baszler was all that good of a feud, so that doesn't win for me. Aleister Black's storyline was probably the best storyline this year. I think Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler's feud was, I thought, really good. But no feud really tops Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. Just with the great face versus heel dynamic. And if you think about it, that feud started the Aleister Black Attack storyline. Obviously, it's because Aleister Black got hurt in real life. But I think my favorite feud this year has been Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. They had an amazing trilogy of matches. And, if you think about it too, the Almas Gargano feud was kind of used to just push that feud. It was just kind of filler if you think about it. So I'm giving it to Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. Best feud this year. In wrestling alone too. And then we have the NXT match of the year. So there's a lot of nominees, so I'll just go over it real quick. We have the War Games match from NXT TakeOver War Games 2. The NXT Championship match between NXT Champion Andrade Cien Almas versus Johnny Gargano from NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. We have the NXT Tag Team Championship match between NXT Tag Team Champions Mustache Mountain versus Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly from NXT TV July 11th, 2018. We have the unsanctioned match between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa from NXT TakeOver New Orleans. We have the NXT North American Championship ladder match from NXT TakeOver New Orleans. We have the NXT Women's Championship match between NXT Women's Champion Kairi Sane. No, actually, sorry, my bad. NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane from NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. We have Ricochet, the match between Ricochet and Velveteen Dream from NXT TakeOver Chicago 2. We have the NXT Championship match between NXT Champion Aleister Black and Tommaso Ciampa from NXT TV July 25th, 2018. We have the WWE UK United Kingdom Championship match between WWE United Kingdom Champion Pete Dunne and Zach Gibson from NXT TV August 22nd, 2018. We have the Extreme Rules match between Aleister Black and Adam Cole from NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. We have the WWE United Kingdom Championship match between WWE United Kingdom Champion Pete Dunne and Kyle O'Reilly from NXT TV June 13th, 2018. We have the NXT Tag Team Championship match between NXT Tag Team Champions Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong versus Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan from NXT TakeOver Chicago 2. And then we have from a match between Nikki Cross and Bianca Belair from NXT TV September 12th, 2018. I believe that's the one where Aleister Black comes out at the end. Then we have the NXT North American Champion versus WWE UK Championship match. NXT North American Champion Ricochet versus versus WWE United Kingdom Champion Pete Dunne from NXT TV September 19th, 2018. Then we have the final nominee, which is, I know these are a lot of nominees. The NXT North American Championship Triple Threat match. NXT North American Champion Ricochet versus Pete Dunne versus Adam Cole from NXT TV October 10th, 2018. And the hashtag for this nomination is hashtag NXT Award Match. And the hashtags are hashtag War Games, hashtag Gargano Almas, hashtag NXT Tags, hashtag Gargano Ciampa, hashtag NA Title, hashtag Shayna Baszler, hashtag Ricochet Dream, hashtag Ciampa Black, hashtag Dunn Gibson, hashtag Cole Black, hashtag Dunn O'Reilly, hashtag Ayla Burch Lorcan, hashtag Cross Belair, hashtag Champ versus Champ, and hashtag NA Title Triple Threat. The match that I think, though, is the best match of all of these is probably the NXT Championship match between Andrade Cien Almas and Johnny Gargano. I just think that's a perfect wrestling match right there. It's the big baby face that wants to finally get his moment to win the championship versus the heel Andrade Cien Almas. If you just watch that match, you'll just instantly think to yourself, that's a 5-star match, because it is. It's the greatest match in NXT history. I like all the other matches on this list, but this match is just a real pleasure for me to watch. I think it's a perfect wrestling match. I really can't go into detail about that match. So just make sure you vote on that award. But the one that I think will probably win, because I got to think about that, it's probably going to be Gargano versus Ciampa. Probably. But it's really tough to say, because I don't think like anyone's gonna vote for the TV matches because they won't remember those as well. War Games could win. Mustache Mountain versus Undisputed Era could win. Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream could win. But I think the one that probably will win is Gargano versus Ciampa from TakeOver New Orleans. And then we have NXT TakeOver of the year. The nominees are NXT TakeOver Philadelphia, NXT TakeOver New Orleans, NXT TakeOver Chicago 2, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4, and NXT TakeOver War Games 2. The hashtag for this award is hashtag NXT Award Takeover, hashtag Philly, hashtag New Orleans, hashtag Chicago 2, hashtag Brooklyn 4, and hashtag War Games. The one that I think will win is probably going to be War Games because that's the one that people remember the most. But I think that New Orleans should win. I think that's just a little bit of a better show. I think it has an awesome card. If you just look at that card from top to bottom, it's just awesome. And I think that one will win. And then we have the NXT Tag Team of the Year. The nominees are Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly, the War Raiders, the Street Profits, Heavy Machinery, Orny Lorcan and Danny Burch, and Mustache Mountain. The hashtag is hashtag NXT Award Tag, hashtag Undisputed Era, hashtag War Raiders, hashtag Street Profits, hashtag Heavy Machinery, hashtag Lorcan Burch, and hashtag Mustache Mountain. Now, it really is Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly because they were the ones that were featured the most out of all the tag teams. They had the best matches with all these teams, with Heavy Machinery, with the War Raiders. Actually, they didn't have a match with Street Profits, but they probably should at some point. But they had a great NXT Tag Team Championship match with Lorcan and Burch at NXT TakeOver Chicago 2, and obviously the trilogy matches with Mustache Mountain, and they're the second ever two-time NXT Tag Team Champions, and they just had killer tag team matches, and I think they should win. And I actually think that they will win, actually, because I think a lot of people will think about that. Because the thing with NXT is it's not like it's kayfabe, so yeah. I'm going to save overall competitor. I'm just going to do female next because they all tie in. So we have female competitor of the year. Nikki Cross. The nominees are Nikki Cross, Shayna Baszler, Kairi Sane, Ember Moon, and Bianca Belair. I got to do the hashtags first. Hashtag is NXT Award Female. The hashtags are hashtag Nikki Cross, hashtag Shayna Baszler, hashtag Kairi Sane, hashtag Ember Moon, and hashtag Bianca Belair. Instantly, I don't think Ember Moon's going to win because she was only in NXT until WrestleMania weekend. She was only there like the beginning portion of the year. Kairi Sane wasn't as featured as much. Yes, she did win the NXT Women's Championship, but really, if you take away that Shayna Baszler feud, she did have that fine feud with Lacey Evans, but she really hasn't been featured as much. Bianca Belair could win it because of her undefeated streak, but I don't think she will. Nikki Cross could win it, and I think she possibly will win it. But I actually think the person that should win it is Shayna Baszler. She's the first ever two-time NXT Women's Champion. She's the one that's been featured the most out of everybody. She's had killer matches with Kairi Sane, with Ember Moon, with Candice LeRae. And I believe she had one with Dakota Kai just recently. And obviously she had that great one with Toni Storm at the second night of the NXT UK Championship Tournament. So I actually think Shayna Baszler should... And she had that, really good match with Nikki Cross at NXT TakeOver Chicago 2. So I think Shayna Baszler should win, and I think she will win. The only other person that could win is maybe Bianca Belair, depending on how popular she gets within these next few weeks. But Nikki Cross also could win it as well because she was great all year with, her face turn and obviously that Shayna Baszler feud and then obviously the Aleister Black storyline. So she actually could win it as well, but we have to wait and see. And then we have male competitor of the year. The nominees are Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, Ricochet, Aleister Black, the Velveteen Dream, Andrade Cien Almas, Adam Cole, and Pete Dunne. The hashtags are hashtag NXT Award Male, hashtag Ciampa, hashtag Gargano, hashtag Ricochet, hashtag Aleister, hashtag Velveteen, hashtag Andrade, hashtag Adam Cole, and hashtag Pete Dunne. It's really tough to pick a winner for this one because they've all been featured very heavily this year. I don't think, except Andrade Cien Almas because he was called up WrestleMania weekend. So he really hasn't been featured as much as the others. But I think Tommaso Ciampa should win this award. I don't think he will, but I think he should because he's been awesome all year with his heel work, with his feud with Johnny Gargano, and then winning the NXT Championship from Aleister Black. And then, obviously, his feud with Velveteen Dream and just his promos have been awesome. He's just been on fire lately. The other people, I could see Johnny Gargano winning it because he's had amazing matches this year with everyone you put him in the ring with Aleister Black, with Tommaso Ciampa, with Tony Nese from 205 Live, with Andrade Cien Almas, with EC3 on NXT. So he could win this award. Ricochet could win for all the reasons I said he should win Breakout Star of the Year, but I don't think he was overall the best performer of NXT. So Aleister Black could win because he won the NXT Championship this year. He had that great Extreme Rules match with Adam Cole. And then obviously he had that really good match with Lars Sullivan in NXT TakeOver Chicago 2. And then obviously he was part of that big storyline with his attack and stuff. And then obviously had that great cage match and great War Games match with Johnny Gargano. Velveteen Dream's just been awesome all year with, his performances at the takeovers with Cassius Ohno, the ladder match, Ricochet, EC3, the NXT Championship match. He's been awesome. Adam Cole's been awesome this year. First ever NXT North American Champion. Had killer matches with Ricochet and just, was dominant this year. Then you had Pete Dunne, who looked very strong this year. Made it to the finals of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classics. Had awesome United Kingdom Championship defenses. And got the win and fall in War Games. So he could win it. I don't think Pete Dunne will quite win it, though, because he hasn't been featured as heavily as Ciampa, as Gargano, as Black, because he's been kind of, going off and doing the NXT UK stuff. So I don't think he'll quite win it. If I had to predict, the person I actually think will win it will be Velveteen Dream because of his impressive year and because everyone just likes him so much. I actually think Velveteen Dream will be the one to win it. So, yeah, I think that will be the case. And as for who I think will win the overall competitor of the year and the hashtag, it's the same nominees, it's just them combined it, and the hashtag is hashtag NXT Award overall with the same hashtags. Overall competitor of the year, I think, should be Tommaso Ciampa, but it won't be. It might be Velveteen Dream, or it could be Aleister Black. I think it's probably going to end up being Velveteen Dream because he deserves it. But those are the year-end awards. I'm looking forward to those. I like the fact that NXT does those because the main roster seems like they've completely forgotten about it. But those are the year-end awards. But we do have, I probably should have broken down this match first, a match that took place on the show. It's Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ohno. And I thought this was a pretty good match, actually. Matt Riddle looked good. Cassius Ohno looked good. Matt Riddle, they tried to do the same finish they did at NXT TakeOver War Games 2, where Matt Riddle tried to knock him out right away. But Cassius Ohno was able to avoid it this time. Then Cassius Ohno tried to knock him out right away. Matt Riddle avoided it. And then Matt Riddle seized control in the beginning portions of this matchup. He had an awesome exploder suplex onto Cassius Ohno, which was very impressive considering how big Cassius Ohno is. And then Cassius Ohno seizes control in the match and, works over the ribs of Matt Riddle. He gets an awesome senton in on him, 2 of them right in a row. He does like a nonchalant cover on him. He hits a awesome cyclone kick, but obviously Matt Riddle kicks out. Then Matt Riddle seizes control of the match, and he beats him by submission with the Bro Mission. But it was actually a really good match. I really enjoyed it. Afterwards, Cassius Ohno just has this big disappointment on his face saying that I fucking lost again. So he walks away disappointed, but Matt Riddle tries to show his respect to Cassius Ohno by doing the fist pump. At first, Cassius Ohno isn't interested in it, but then he gets back in the ring, gets down on one knee, and is going to do the fist bump. But when he goes for it, Cassius Ohno cheap shots Matt Riddle, throws him into the post. And you could see that Matt Riddle got like this huge gash right on the side of his ribs. And then Matt Riddle throws him into the barricade, throws him into the steps, and then he hits the cyclone, like knockout shot. I forget what exactly it's called, but the rolling elbow on him, and then eventually after he's beating the crap out of Matt Riddle, he finally gives him the fist bump, and that was it. I thought this was awesome. And Cassius Ohno, he always kind of has been a heel, but he really didn't like fully have a heel turn, so I kind of liked how they turned him heel, and I think it makes sense because he really wasn't really doing a whole lot as a face, so I think it makes sense to turn him heel. And I think this is probably going to be another match at NXT TakeOver Phoenix between Matt Riddle and Cassius Ohno, which I think, should make sense. And then Matt Riddle can win, and then Cassius Ohno. I don't know what's going to happen with Cassius Ohno in 2019 because I read an article not that long ago that said he's possibly leaving because he's already taken indie bookings and he's like given his time like when he's available. So I could see him leaving and going to the indies because he's really not doing a whole lot in WWE. But even if he didn't leave, I could see him staying and maybe being a head trainer down in the Performance Center, which I think would be a better use for him because his NXT thing never really got going. But yeah, that's the NXT. So it's really kind of tough to rate this show because this was more of looking into the past. So I can't really give it a B+ because I just can't. I'm going to be generous though and give it a B-. I thought it was a quality show. I enjoyed the Matt Riddle Cassius Ohno match, and it is nice to kind of look back at 2018 as a year of NXT. And if you had to ask me, I think 2018 was the best year that NXT ever had with all those reasons I just said with those awards. But they had a lot of new signings. They had a lot of great matches. I mean, some of the matches that aren't even listed there should be listed there, but I think it's all, because Twitter, they can't do the same hashtag and stuff, but they had a ton of great matches. They had a stacked tag team division, a stacked women's division, and a stacked main event scene. I think NXT had the best year in 2018. They had a great commentary team. It just seemed like everything NXT they did right. They only had like a few blimps on the radar, but I thought NXT had a great year, and that's the end of this video.